The South Harwich Meeting House played host to the Harwich Candidates Forum this weekend, the only forum to have all three candidates in attendance. Organized by both the Harwich Republican and Democratic town committees, the forum gave residents a chance to hear from each candidate and to ask important questions before the town election on May 16th.
So again, Pete Piekarski, I am also known as the candidate who took a family vacation during the last forum, a vacation in which I will not apologize for taking. But with that said, a little bit about me. I'm a 20-plus year resident of the town of Harwich. I realize that makes me the relative newcomer up here on the stage. So why am I running? Great question, and one I hear often from my wife. She is the smartest one in the relationship. The simple answer, I'm running because I can make a positive contribution to the board. We continue on this roller coaster ride with the elimination of what I term the manufactured federal monies that in all likelihood exacerbated this inflation. The elimination of these monies, without a doubt, will reduce the historically high revenue surpluses at the state and local levels, not to mention have a direct impact on discretionary spending on the individuals that were relying on that income.
I've worked hard to bring balance to what some think of as competing interest. As one of the few remaining people who worked to establish the Six Ponds District of Critical Planning Concern, that's a DCPC, to protect our environment in Harwich, I also more recently worked with the residents of West Harwich to establish another DCPC to protect our history and reinvigorate the economy of that village. Rarely is one issue the only important issue, and I try to look at all sides of all issues in a balanced and respectful way. Admittedly, sometimes I find myself at odds with others on the select board, but that's why we have a multi-member board. It's designed to respectfully represent differing viewpoints and to reach consensus. Whatever the challenge, I have been and I always will be there for all the citizens of Harwich, and humbly ask for one of your votes in this year's election on May 16th.
My name is Jeff Handler, and I'm running for selectman. I'd ask for both of your votes, but that would be a little greedy, so I'll just ask for one on May 16th. Small business is one of the main reasons I'm running for selectman. We need to protect it. We need to allow it to thrive in Harwich. And it taught me a few things. First, it taught me that I wanted to be a small business owner when I graduated college, and I grew up. The second thing it taught me is how to become part of the fabric of our community, because that's truly what small business here in Harwich is, part of the fabric of the community. I am a lifelong resident. My family has 100+ years in this town. Harwich is in my veins. It's where we call home. It's where my family hopefully will always call home. I'm a homeowner, I'm a small business owner. I will promise to embrace the past, but plan for our future.
Attendees didn't shy away from asking the tough questions either.
My question for each of you, should you be elected, what will you do to make sure that the conversations that we have in public meetings, especially when it involves volunteers, is done in a completely respectful manner?
It would come to me first. We operate on volunteers. And if we can't do better than we're doing right now, we're doomed, because most of what we do, the planning board, the regulatory bodies, the conservation commission, all of them are premised on a robust volunteer force populating them. And I have a history. I'll point anybody who I think is serious and brings some dialogue to the table. I don't have to agree with everybody, and I don't think it's wise to appoint people that you only agree with.
I've been in the people business for 33 years, and I'm still in business. So I believe that the way I handle the people that I deal with and the people I interact with is with the utmost of respect and the ability to listen and learn. Seek to learn first, seek to understand first. But there are going to be disagreements, and if I'm elected, I'm not going to be in lockstep with every single person here, but I can promise you that I will listen and I will be respectful. Respectful dialogue, cooperation, it is the pinnacle, it's the beacon of which all elected boards should follow. Thank you.
My wife and I have raised our children to be respectful of others and to stand up for others. So if I'm in attendance at a meeting and somebody's being disrespected, I'll make a correction. I'll make a correction of the chair or any other individual in the room that's disrespecting that person. As a couple of the other folks already mentioned, disagreement is a healthy thing. Debate is an incredible thing. But doing it with respect, not taking it personally, not being offended, is extremely important if you want to serve in public office, if you want to be a town leader, if you want to be a department head. And I would suggest that anybody that doesn't show up to work or to a meeting with that thought process in hand should go home. And a simple answer is, I would interrupt the individual that's being disrespectful and ask them to show respect.
So the effort today was to get you educated and informed, and maybe you spread the word to some of your friends and families, whatever. And most importantly, to get people out to vote. Because if you don't go out to vote, if you don't attend town meeting, you have no right to complain about anything.